You have built a really good life. I mean that. Not as a setup, not as a way to soften what comes next. I mean it straight. You worked for what you have. You figured things out. You made decisions other people were too afraid to make, and you lived with them without apology. You know who you are. You are not lost. You are not falling apart. You are fine. More than fine, actually. But I want to ask you one question. Sit with it before you answer. In all the life you have built, in all the rooms you have decorated, and all the spaces you have made your own, is there a room you have never opened? Not because you forgot about it, because something about it makes you quiet. You know the moment I am talking about. It does not happen when things are loud and busy. It happens at night sometimes, or in the middle of an ordinary Tuesday when nothing is wrong and out of nowhere something brushes past you. Not a feeling exactly, more like a question you cannot quite form into words. You push it down. You are good at that. You move on. But it comes back. That is not emptiness. That is not weakness. That is not your life telling you something is wrong. That is a door. I have watched a lot of people build a lot of lives from their own strength, their own choices, their own vision of what a good life looks like. They build real things, impressive things, but I have also watched what happens at the edge of that strength. Because there is an edge. There always is. It is not always a collapse. Sometimes it is just a slow growing awareness that the life you built, as good as it is, does not answer the deepest question you have. You have everything you worked for, and something in you is still reaching. Not for more things, not for a different life, for something you cannot name. I want to tell you what that something is. In the book of John, chapter 4, Jesus sits down next to a woman at a well in the middle of the day. This woman knows how to handle herself. She has been through things. She has made choices. She built a life her own way and kept going anyway. She is not fragile. She is not looking for a lecture. And Jesus does not give her one. He just says something that stops her cold. Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give will never be thirsty again. She could have walked away. She had things to do. She did not walk away, because those words landed somewhere inside her that she had been quietly protecting for a long time. Not the broken place, the hungry place. She was not broken. She was thirsty. And so are you. When you are capable of handling everything, you rarely ask for help. And when you rarely ask for help, you start to believe you do not need any. And when you believe you do not need any, you close the door to the one relationship that could give you something your own strength never can. Not rescue. Not repair. Peace that does not depend on your circumstances. Strength that does not run out. A foundation that holds even when everything built on top of it shakes. Isaiah 40 verse 29 says, He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. And the next verse says, even youths grow tired and stumble and fall. Even the strongest ones, even the ones who have never asked for help in their life. Everyone eventually hits the edge of what they can carry alone. And God is not waiting at that edge to say, I told you so. He is waiting there to say, I have been here the whole time. The woman at the well put down her water jar. She came for water. That was the whole point of the trip. And after one conversation with Jesus, she left without what she came for. Not because she forgot, because she found something so much better that the water jar suddenly seemed beside the point. She was not broken. She was just thirsty. And she finally found the one thing that satisfied. You have built a good life. What if the best part is still behind a door you have not opened yet? God is not asking you to give up your life. He is offering you more of it. So here is what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, today. Reach out to Jesus, not with a speech or a performance or a list of everything you have done wrong. Just honest. Just you. Tell him you have questions. Tell him you are not sure. Just tell him to prove himself. Say, I do not fully understand this. I am not sure I believe it yet. But if you are real, show me. He can handle that prayer. He has heard it before, and he has never once turned away from it. This is not about your parents, not about your dad who believed, or your mom who prayed every night, not about your friends who keep inviting you to church. Their faith is theirs. Their story is theirs. This is about you, your life, your questions, your quiet moments, your door. What happens next between you and God is the most personal thing you will ever do, and nobody else's belief counts toward it. You need your own. The moment you open that door, even just a crack, even just enough to whisper a question into the dark, something changes. Something in the deepest part of you shifts. And slowly you start to realize that the space you have been carrying around for years, that reaching feeling, that unnamed hunger, is finally being filled. Not because your dad believed, not because your friends have faith, but because in your heart, he now lives too. And once you know that, everything you already built gets better. Because now it means something that lasts.